Yeah, potentially. I never want to say that you're not going to have turf replacement in the spring because we are in Edmonton and there's going to be always some issues that can come up. But I see the bigger issues in savings on water and trees. So.
Are there any flower like gardens? There's like 116 and like there's be a lot of that kind of stuff. Or you're not into that?
Typically, I'm more of a golf guy than a horticulturalist, so I hadn't really thought about it, but it's certainly not out of the question in terms of the way.
I just go to Yager Ridge occasionally, and like the place is just amazing. But flowers, and I'm not a big flower guy either, but it sure enhances the golf.
Yeah.
I find it just makes it.
I don't like when my ball goes into a flower.
Well, they used to have a lot in those locations, but they have them all over the place, and it's kind of cool. It's neat.
I'd like to speak in behalf of the 50-year members. And John, I don't know whether you could give us a number of the 50-year members that are still around here.
I don't have it in my head, but I can definitely provide the number.
Yeah, what I'm thinking about is that I don't have another 50 years to put in here. And I'd like to be able to say that in the next few years I'd like to be able to play a little golf here, but if we're going to have 9 holes at a time, I can see the lineup. It'll probably reach back to the gate of people wanting to get on the course, and we've only got 9 holes to play, and this is what I shudder to think about. And I think I favor if having 1 to 2 holes done at a time so that we can get most of the golfers, and I think there's 475 registered golfers, so there's all their wives and kids and everything, but they all want to play golf, especially when we get into the short season, as you mentioned. And this is what I'm in favor of, is 1 to 2 holes at a time so that we can still have a little bit of golf time left. And it'd probably make more sense if we knew how many 50-year members are still around here.
Yeah, I totally understand your sentiment. I mean, I guess there's 2 issues with that is, one, we just spoke of the difficulties and the extra expense of doing 1 or 2 holes at a time. The other thing is that the sentiment that you have is going to persist forever. And at some point, for the future of this golf club, I mean, these deficiencies have to be fixed. So it's either has to be done now or put off for another 10 years when somebody in your position, again, is going to step to the mic and say it. And that's nothing against you personally, because I totally understand. But, if something isn't done, I shudder to think that the Derrick Club is going to be way, way, way behind the 8 ball. Again, as the Mayfair, and as Windermere, and as all these other golf clubs around here are upgrading their courses. So, and at the end of the day, I think the construction sequence is not going to be up to me or Daryl. It's going to be up to the membership. We've proposed what we feel the best option is going to be. If the membership says, well, nobody's comfortable with that, then that's not our decision. So.
Hi, my name's Bernie. I actually sent an email earlier and I didn't bring the list of questions. But my first one is regarding your second hole, the par 3. You suggest that that's going to be 130 yards. And I don't see how that's possible unless the forward tees is halfway down the gully.
The plan is to make a significant fill of dirt in that particular area to shorten up the distance, the carry over the gully. There would be a big pile of dirt.
Oh, so that part would be basically filled in then, and or were you thinking of doing natural grasses down sort of in the bottom there?
Well, we haven't really gotten to the grassing scheme part of it yet, but what the plan, I would like to reduce the carry over the ravine for certain calibers of players who are going to be playing the forward tee.
Oh, okay, thanks. That answers that question. Also for the forward tees, I don't think that there's enough of a difference. 90 yards, 130, 140, and 150. It would kind of been nice to have something around 110 or 115 in there.
Well, basically, you know, I think this is an issue I have at a lot of golf clubs, including my home club, is that, you know, I'm a big proponent, I think it's the right way to do things. The tee markers shouldn't be in the same spot every single day you play golf. You know, every day, if I'm playing the black markers out here at the Derrick Club, I don't want to show up at the course and have the black markers in the exact same position every time I play. So when we build teeing areas, tee surfaces, my idea when I'm designing those teeing areas is actually to provide the type of flexibility that's required to move the markers around, right? So some days, you know, one of those par threes might be longer, it might be shorter. So I'm not necessarily looking at those numbers as specific numbers that those holes are going to play every single day. And I think it's up to Daryl and whoever sets